Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Portfolio Challenge series where we're growing a investment portfolio from $200 all the way up to $100,000. So let's go ahead and dive in here and take a look at our portfolio for the month. So, we've only been doing this for about 2 months now, adding about $200 a month, and just really trying to show what it takes to build a real investment portfolio over the long term. And so we come down here, crypto market did just crash. And so the portfolio for Ethereum, which we have been investing in, is down. We're down, looks like the loss so far on that is 30%. But that's what happens whenever you invest in a very high growth tech stock type play, or if you're invested in like cryptocurrency, because you've got to remember the big picture here. The big picture is that we just had announcements from Bank of America that they're looking to launch a stablecoin, and the majority of stablecoins, which are essentially just digitally tokenized US dollars on Ethereum, they're going to be on Ethereum. And so if you have banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, and all these institutions looking to start launching stablecoins, these short-term losses on Ethereum, they really are, to me, are meaningless, because you're going to have trillions of dollars worth of real physical like assets tokenized onto the Ethereum blockchain. So a 30% downswing doesn't really bother me, because I believe that this asset class over the next several years is just going to exponentially grow. So let's go ahead and update the portfolio here. So we're just going to go in here to trade, and I'm just going to buy more of the ETHA ETF, ticker symbol ETHA. That's from BlackRock. And, I'm just going to buy because it just had a massive dip, and I believe that we are going into the bull run right now. There's a lot of good and bullish news coming out. Yes, the market has declined, but to me, that's just a buying opportunity. This is a long-term investment portfolio that's going to be held for many, many years into the future. The short-term volatility, it really doesn't affect the account, in my opinion, because we're not looking to retire on this account tomorrow. We're looking for long-term growth. If you go back to like the 90s or 80s, would you, at the time, you might be a little bit worried about like Apple stock or Microsoft stock fluctuating quite a bit, but if you still held that stock today, you would be very, very happy. And so that's the type of mindset we're going into here with the investment portfolio. All right, so we are gonna just max this out here for the $200 that we're going to be allocating this month. What is it estimated? Oh, we're going to buy. All right, so we're going to be buying quantity of 12 and review order, place order, and we're done. Now, if you're into this type of thing, we can take a look at the chart here, and you can see that, yes, the market did dump, but it came right down to a support zone. So you have this horizontal trend line right here, and it does look like it is reacting to this level as it has done many times in the past. You can see back in August of 2024, it came down here, bounced, came back down again to retest it, bounced, and it's more or less doing the exact same thing. It's bouncing off the 200 weekly exponential moving average, and then you have this, the horizontal support here. It's just, it looks like a good buying opportunity to me. And the fear and greed index is at all-time lows. It's something at like an index of 10, which is just ridiculous. So you have to remember to buy when other people are fearful, because that's whenever other people are fearful, that's whenever there's opportunity in the market. You don't want to be buying at the tops. You don't want to be buying up here in investment portfolios, because it's just not ideal. Well, I guess let me rephrase that. It's not necessarily that it's a bad idea to buy up here, because this is a monthly portfolio. I'm kind of got to switch gears here a little bit. I had to take off my trader's hat, but because if you're just allocating on every month, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to be buying no matter what. It just so happens that this is around the time that I do our monthly portfolio update, and we're low, so it's a very good buying opportunity in my opinion, because it's at a discount. And to be honest, if this support were to break, it doesn't really matter, because this is a long-term portfolio. We're going to be holding it for many years into the future, because you have to think about big picture. So what I see happening is all these banks start launching stable coins. We have BlackRock. They're talking about tokenizing stocks and bonds onto Ethereum. They didn't say Ethereum explicitly, but Ethereum is the platform that they are already building on, and they have the most secure decentralized blockchain out there. So it makes a whole lot of sense for Ethereum to be the pick. And to put that in perspective, the stock and bond market in the United States, I believe it's $110 trillion market. So even if you have like 10% of that to be tokenized onto Ethereum, I mean, you're talking about $10 trillion worth of assets that are being secured by the Ethereum blockchain. So if let's say, so for some ridiculous black swan event, it goes down to $1,000. I don't think that it will, but if it did, it doesn't matter. If it sits there for 6 months, it doesn't matter because, the portfolio, I'm not looking to retire on that tomorrow. This is a portfolio that I'm growing for the channel for a long term. And, if you look 5 years down the road, it's not going to be at $1,000 because it's going to have so many assets in the global economy beginning to run on top of it. So I'm very confident in that trade, and that's why I'm loading into this position so heavily. And really, it's a start. It's a start to the portfolio because I talked about, I believe it was the first video, that the strategy early on in this public portfolio is to focus on stocks and innovative assets that have very high growth potential, because if you can get into companies or in this case a cryptocurrency that has very high growth potential and it's a blue chip, what I would consider a safe blue chip high growth type of investment, you're able to make a lot of progress on a portfolio with very little bit of money, as opposed to just going straight into an index fund and just, accepting the 8 or 10% return that you're getting on the market. That's perfectly fine. And we're going to do that later on as this portfolio grows. But, like I said, this is only a few $100 portfolio right now. So we're looking to get the most amount of gains early on to get a jump start in the overall portfolio's growth. So I think that pretty much wraps up this month's small portfolio challenge portfolio update. Keep y'all updated with doing another update on this portfolio here in a month. I do expect that Ethereum's going to bounce from this region just because there's so many bullish catalysts going on. For example, the ISM is just crossing above 50 after being under 50 for a very long time. That's a sign that the economy is beginning to expand again, and it has historically been the starting point for the crypto bull runs in the past. So there's every reason under the sun to be thinking that this is a very good investment. So until next time, y'all take care.